Sanbanani and welcome back to another video. It's a brand new week and I hope everyone is feeling good. Yo Sana, if this is your first time here, just know that I do not post any full episodes of the TV shows that I watch. I just react and review. So firstly guys, I am so disappointed in Upasta X. Angifuni ungasho yo. That counseling session was tough to watch because I don't know if it's because he's a man who normally operates from a point of stereotypes where he believes ukuthi men are the logical ones and women are the emotional ones, so their decisions are more reactive than proactive. So the fact that Upalisa is the one who left the marital home makes her the one who's wrong in the situation, because why did the conversation start with him asking Upalisa ukuthi where did she spend the night instead of asking ukuthi what happened that made you leave that situation? Mhlambe nami I am biased because I am a woman, so automatically I side with Upalisa because I get where she's coming from. Mhlambe ukube bengiyindoda bengizoyibuka lento differently, but nje I just saw ukuthi starting a conversation like that nje it wasn't gonna go anyway, because the guy saw that he had the upper hand to continue to gaslight and manipulate, because his actions and his words are the reason why Upalisa felt the need to leave that house that day. The fact that Upalisa came back, guys, any big mistake, because now the guy she lost her power. Now he has the upper hand, he has the power now, which is why he's demanding her to beg and convince him that she wants this, she wants to make it work. No matter what happens, she must promise to Guti she won't leave. Maybe Palisa came back because she feels like mhlampe she could be pregnant. So just in case she is pregnant, she must stick around in order to, be supported by the child's father. But I feel like Jemina, if indeed she is pregnant, she's definitely going to be a single mother. I don't see Utsepo being this reliable father figure. I don't see it. Shame. This guy is for the streets. He just wants I'm a slay queen. He wants to enjoy his life. He wants to behave like a single man. And judging by the way he speaks about Upalisa to the other guys, especially Unkulego, and how he treats her tells you a lot. He does not love this woman. He's not attracted to this woman, which is why I don't understand why Upalisa wants to stick around. What more do you want to happen in order for you to understand this man does not want you? But I feel like at this point, even if he does say, girl, I do not want you, I do not like you, I am not attracted to you, still she will stay and try and make it work. The last straw for Upalisa for me, I feel like, should have been when she heard from Umakoto what Utsepo was telling Unkule Uguti he doesn't like how she looks in the morning. Haibo, Sana. Imagine that, guys, in your husband telling other men Uguti he doesn't like the way you look without makeup. Guys. We also saw that conversation between the husbands. Of course, they were gonna throw some shade and Sana Utsepo, when he said, I think I gave them something to talk about, pillow talk, I was like, Gaizini, because that's exactly what this whole process is to him. It's just a game. He doesn't take it seriously. He's just there to have fun with someone's body, with someone's mental health, with someone's time. Kesanas. Let's rather stay single, guys. And the most interesting thing for me was how he behaves in front of the guys and the way he behaves when he's with Upalisa, maybe during a counseling session. His attitude, these are two completely different people, because in front of the guys he behaves as if he doesn't care whether Upalisa leaves or goes, and you can clearly see to him it's not that deep. But when it comes to the counseling sessions, he positions himself as this person who's trying to make it work. He cares about this process, and Upalisa who's making this thing not work out. And when someone behaves like this in a reality show, dating show, this is what makes us think ukuthi people are in it for fame, for money, for brand deals, for whatever. Because why can't he be honest to Upalisa, to the experts, to the other guys, and say, you know what, after spending some few weeks with this woman, I want to stop this before it gets even more toxic, because I don't think me and Palisa align. Yini enzima lapho. Okay, so listening to the men speak about their experience so far, I just thought ukuthi it was interesting ukuthi the men who measured the progress in their marriages with intimacy and how far intimacy has gone in their individual relationships, those men are not progressing in their marriages. Instead, the introduction of intimacy so soon has made things even more complicated and difficult for them individually. Because when we look at his situation, Gatsepo, he's been begging for babies, begging left, right, and center to taste the cookie. But now that he has tasted it, he's now deciding what he doesn't want to be committed to Upalisa. He doesn't see himself continuing this process. And then when we look at a situation Kankululego, who at the beginning claimed that he is going to wait 2 months before being intimate to Nomakoto, but because they decided to be intimate, now he's deciding what he doesn't see himself paying lobola for Umakoto. He doesn't have intentions of being Makoto's husband. And now Makoto can't be angry at him now, because she was the one who was pushing for the intimacy kakulu more than the guy. As unfortunate as that is for Umakoto, she has to bite the bullet on this one. Like, it's literally her fault, because she saw it coming. She saw Uguti, it's not gonna end well. She said it herself, Uguti, she doesn't see herself ending up with Unkuleko, but still continued to push to sleep with this guy. She pushed Uguti Unkuleko approve a manhood yakhe, and now that he has successfully kept it hard for as long as she wanted it to be hard, now he's saying, okay, I'm pulling out of this. I don't want it anymore. I am not going to be your husband. And now Umakoto, like, she's in a tough spot. Like, as much as she wants to be sad and angry with how I've dedicated myself to this man, she's the one who asked for it. So she can't say how now that you've slept with me, she can't say that. She's the one, Mina, I feel like, who had the opportunity to get to know the guy, because the guy was the one who's saying, let's put the sexual aside, let's get to know each other. And she decided to focus on the things that did not really matter in a relationship, because now we see Wuti, intimacy, as much as people make it seem like it's what makes a marriage, it's actually not that important. Like, you need to work, you need to be consistent, you need both of you guys to be committed to making it work. And obviously there needs to be a foundation of friendship, openness, transparency, honesty, communication, love, and good intentions. And I agree with Umakoto when she says she was also not supposed to go ayokotiza knowing ukuthi things are not good. But instead she went. Mina, I was surprised that she agreed to go in the first place. But Ugayena, he's saying no, he doesn't want to go because he doesn't see himself paying lobola for her. And she says Guti, it's because he's broke. But Mina, I'm like, Makoto said it herself, she does not see herself with Unkululeko long term. So what are we talking about here? Like, the decision was made eqaleni. So now why is she forcing things? Because she was intimate with the guy. Now she has so much invested kulo guy, and now it's coming across as disappointment. But ekugcineni she knew ukuthi it was not going to go anyway. Now let's talk about my favorite part of the episode, which was the girls' chat. Guysini, when I tell you my mouth was wide open throughout that conversation. Yo, Sanas. I was so shocked at how honest the women were, and I honestly believe everything they were saying. I agree with most things they were saying, and you can call me toxic or whatever you want to call me, but this is the standard I expected from season 1. Because guys, some conversations when they are speaking, you can tell what a lot happens behind the scenes, and we never catch lezo zinto lezo. But when people are honest about their situations, we can see what, oh, it makes sense the way this person is treating this person. It makes sense ukuthi umakoto why angry at Utsepo. Things like that, ezinganayekile, but that actually matter. I'm not gonna talk specifically about who said what, but judging from the conversation alone, we can tell ukuthi okay, uPalisa noMakoto are very close and they speak a lot about what happens in the circle. They get the inside scoop from the husbands because they gossip a lot. Vele that's what Utsepo is good at. He's good at ukuqoqa indaba, then come home and compare notes noPalisa, compare ukuthi who's strong, who's this, which is why he's so concerned with being this great couple, with appearing as this strong couple. Ekbeni is literally at the bottom at this point. But also I feel like uMakoto and uPalisa came prepared with ammunition because they know, judging from the other conversations, ukuthi uNelisa, ay man, konke ngahlangani, like she doesn't speak a lot about, the cons of the relationship. She only speaks about the pros. She's happy, she's excited. Yonke into ihamba kahle kuyena. And I can see why some people may be put off by that, because misery loves company. So when people are not happy in their own relationships, they tend to look at others. No man, there must be something wrong that's happening behind the scenes. But when you choose to speak about only the good things that are happening. In this conversation, I feel like uMakoto noPalisa came prepared with ammunition to humble uNelisa and also to expose ukuthi all the men are the same, akekho alrighty. And I also think that uPalisa noMakoto think uNelisa is doing it intentionally to try and make herself seem like she's better than them. But I feel like uNelisa is very authentic, guys. Angazi ukuthi bona what they experience behind the scenes, but judging from me as a viewer, I feel like uNelisa is very authentic to herself. But this strategy of protecting the man's image in public and also like fighting him in private, this is the same strategy that uPalisa used when she first came on the show with Utsepo. They pretended as if yonke into ihamba kahle, but behind the scenes, or masebe bodwa, they would speak about the issues that they have, the polygamy issue and the trust issues and all of that. But now she saw that strategy is not working in her favor because it's only hurting her. I do think it was inappropriate for uPalisa to bring up indaba kaThemba no baby mama in that setting and in that tone yakhe, because it didn't seem like, Ugeli was for, let's be happy, let's celebrate uNelisa having this awesome weekend. It was all about, let's put our cards on the table, ladies. Let's expose everything so we are honest going forward. Nje uMakoto or bringing up the house key situation. Yo guys, I hope that is not true, because if it is, then uNelisa really needs to open her eyes. Ngoba, what do you mean your baby mama has access to your house? It's either he takes the key back or he changes the locks, because judging from that phone call Uthemba had with the baby mama, it does seem like the baby mama is not going to let go that easily. So she can just come and access the house and put whatever she wants to put there. Nyazi traditionally what people do. So nje, I would not be closing my eyes too much when it comes to that. If I was uNelisa, I would just be like, you know what, let me sort this out, as Uposha has been saying. And I think this speaks to reality. When people ask you what's happening in your life, your relationships, some of them is not because they don't know. Some people know what's happening behind the scenes, but they just want to compare your story and the story that they heard. Or are you omitting some things there? Are you adding spices somewhere? So remain honest, but at the same time, don't overshare. She doesn't have to put up this image of what everything is perfect, but she can say even though there are problems, but they are working towards finding solutions. But I don't wanna lie, the bank card thing for me and the house key is definitely a red flag. Why not send the baby mama an EFT of the amount that you think is gonna be enough for the kids? Doesn't she calculate my expenses for the kids monthly and just say, okay, this is the amount I'm gonna need, then send the amount instead of giving the bank card? Because the bank card for me, limits. What are we talking about here? Is it 10,000 limits? Is it 5,000 limits? What is the limits? What if there is no limits? No, that does not sound right. Uphosha nje uqinisile uNelisa needs to sort that out as soon as possible. Khala ukuthi nje kushintsha ama-locks, ngisho noma engazama ungena, like she can't enter. Ngoba what if uyawuthatha ukhiye but she already made another copy?